Music Access. The most important attitude to have when doing something could be something like this. Not pushing back what you need to do today till tomorrow, and not pushing something I need to do to someone else. Of course, the things we need to do wouldn't just be on school or work-related duties. It could also be praising your child for something he or she did well if you're a parent, and if you're the kid, saying sorry for something you've done wrong and asking for forgiveness. Cleaning up your messy room before going to sleep, saying thank you, sorry, and I love you today instead of tomorrow. We don't have a lot of time left in 2015 before 2016 comes along, so let's not push back the things we need to do today till tomorrow. Let's not push something we need to do to someone else. Let's try to form the habit of doing it right now, on the spot, myself. What do you think? The first song you heard today, Sunday, December 13th, 2015, was Wake Up by the Vamps. What's up, guys? So it is Sunday now, which means some of you may be going to church, some of you may be sleeping in, and some of you may be waking up for brunch or maybe going to sleep because it's still Saturday for you. Whatever the case may be, hopefully your weekend is going on as smooth as possible. And besides the weekend, of course, end of the year plans. What do you guys have planned for the end of the year? And of course, upcoming Christmas celebrations and season's greetings. Do you guys have anything planned? Go ahead and let me know on our message board, and I'll eagerly be waiting for your words. Meanwhile, our Sunday corner scribble. It's a corner for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. In the similar way of writing out your thoughts on a journal without thinking too much, drawing anything freely, you can do that here on Music Access via our corner, Scribble. Go ahead and share with us by writing a message and leaving your title as Scribble. Now here's how you can listen and participate. If you have a smartphone, you can download the Arirang Radio app or TuneIn Radio app to listen to our programs and send in your messages via the comment function. And if you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess to listen to us or leave your messages. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And of course, song requests. You got songs you want to play on the air, go ahead and send them in on our message board under the title Request. Now, before we dive into our Scribble corner, we're going to check out two songs, starting with Firework by Katy Perry, followed with Grenade by Bruno Mars. I want to be with you, and if you feel the same, shall we meet here? Will you tell me your story? If you're shy, you can playfully scribble, and if you don't know where to start, you can start with a doodle and scribble. Good job, that's how we'll begin our story. I wanna be with you. Our Sunday corner scribble is just that. This corner's for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. It's a chance to be honest to yourself and think about what was hard, what was embarrassing, what was a proud moment, etc. from the past week or whenever. To share with us, go ahead and send in a message and leave your title as Scribble. Now let's go to our first message, which comes from Drenny from the USA. Did you like how I read your name? Pretty cool, right? That's how I do it now. That's my style. Saying, Benji, I've been wanting to learn the Korean language, but I never seem to find the time to. As one of my New Year's resolutions for next year, I want to learn both Korean and Chinese, as Chinese is my native language. Learning another language is always difficult, but with time and dedication, it can work. Do you have any advice in learning Korean or a language in general? How long did it take for you to learn Korean? Well, when I started learning Hangulmal, or Korean as they say, The first step that I took, now that I think about it and looking back, is I watched a lot of Korean programs growing up with my mom and dad. So they would watch Korean programs, and even if I couldn't follow along, I would just kind of, look at the subtitles, look at the names and all that stuff. And I'd find the laughing timing. And then eventually I wanted to learn the written language, Hangul, first. And that was a big thing for me, writing out all the consonants and the vowels and doing all that stuff. And then it got to the point where I could start reading Korean very, very slowly. But of course, the way everything culminated was when I came to Korea. And then at that time, that's when everything kind of came to fruition. And it was very much more of a, crash course in Korean rather than a certain kind of, over time, a steady increase. But I think that was the best way that I learned Korean. When it comes to languages in general, that's not my mother tongue. Definitely when I learned Chinese and Japanese, it was a lot of repetition. But the most important thing is you have to have an interest in foreign kind of entertainment and culture. Because if you're interested in, for example, anime or something like that, or a foreign drama, you can definitely get into it more. And just hearing it all the time will definitely help you. And seeing the subtitles may help you get the language. That's my recommendation, Jenny. Hopefully you'll be able to get it well. And if you have any questions about Korean or Chinese in general, let me know. Now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on, starting with the song Andrea Kett of Australia requested, Little Drummer Boy by Pentatonics, followed with the song Tony of Italy wants to hear, Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. We just heard the songs Little Drummer Boy by Pentatonics, followed with Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. And it's time to continue on with Scribble Scribble. The memorable events that happened to you this week, don't just go over them in your head, but try writing down your feelings by jotting down your thoughts comfortably, just like you're doodling. Sharing your thoughts here on Sunday, our next message comes from Niabu from the USA, saying, Hi Benji. So, you mentioned Korea this week during broadcast, and because we're talking about Korea, I just wanted to say I'm leaving for Korea soon. I'm excited, but also very nervous. Any tips for traveling? Okay, so these are my tips for air travel. Of course, when you come here, everyone has their own style when they visit a foreign country, so I will leave that up to you. But when it comes to the actual kind of traveling aspect in the airplane and all that stuff, definitely get comfortable. Eat something before you get on the plane. If you're coming from the USA, depending on, where in the States you're coming from, it could take, from Seattle, it takes about 11 hours. So you'll also be spending about half a day in the plane, which means you want to dress comfortable. Don't try to look cool. I usually go on a long airplane ride in, like sweatpants, a hoodie, something that I can comfortably sleep in. And then, of course, if you want to, rock your own airport fashion, you can do that. But I recommend comfortable airport fashion. So we're talking, jogger pants. If it's not a hoodie, maybe a sweater. I wouldn't, go with, super skinny jeans and all that stuff. Because you will, I don't know, just for me, whenever I sit in a plane, it just, because of the air pressure and all that stuff tends to kind of, swell a little bit. Feet swell and all that stuff. And then it gets a little uncomfortable if you're wearing something that's super, super tight. So something comfortable, something maybe a little bit stretchy. And definitely when you get on the plane, take your shoes off. Ironically enough, that's going to be kind of gross. But if, you can keep the smell, or if you don't have smelly feet, just doing that comfortably is really, really nice. And prepare a nice book or a nice airplane kind of playlist that you can kind of repeat over and over again. And that'll definitely help you get off to sleep. Up until now, this was airplane travel tips brought to you by DJ Benji. Yeah, but thank you. What do you mean thank you? When you do come to Korea, definitely stop by Arirang Tower and we should hang out. Okay. Now we're gonna check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our Sunday program, starting with the song Mylena the USA wants to hear, Over You by Daughtry. And Callie of France wants to hear the song Gravity by Sarah Bareilles. We just heard the songs Over You by Daughtry, followed by Gravity by Sarah Bareilles. And it's time for our next message for Scribble Scribble, which comes from Darcy Ann from the USA, saying, 안녕 Benji. So, A few days ago, I sat downstairs in a campus center commons area, or like a place where people gather, at a table for a couple of hours to help promote the Adopt a Family project I'm working on, along with trying to promote the idea of bringing peace to everyone around us. All it takes is the belief that we can all make a difference in everyone's lives if we only choose to do so. And that difference may just change the world. We had people fill out wish cards with their peace wishes, which we strung on 2 sets of strings. One was hung on our campus commons staircase, and the other was hung in a campus cafe. Hopefully people will notice them and at least pause to think about them. That sounds pretty cool. I think definitely if you're trying to promote a campaign for something, one of the most important things is definitely getting people aware of it, because a lot of it is people may not, it's not so much people don't want to participate, but people don't know that they can. And, I know for a fact, I remember I did this project in high school about classical music and how I felt like classical music was sort of becoming, to a certain extent, a dying genre. Not a lot of people were listening to it and all that stuff. And I was thinking, how can I make that more of an issue? And I assumed it was because no one was interested in classical music. But it's more like they weren't introduced properly. There's just a certain kind of stereotype that exists with a lot of different music genres. And one of the things about classical music that people didn't know is there's a lot of exciting music. There's a lot of variety. But people are always, they only know the stuff that's, regularly churned out over the airwaves, The very famous Beethoven symphonies, all this music is all great. And they're all classics in their own right. But in the certain way that, one pop song does not, represent the entire genre, in the similar case, so does classical music. So, it's just kind of this kind of, I think, when it comes to something that you want to share with other people, you definitely need to first, I hesitate to say advertise, I would say more promote your campaign. And I'm sure the more promotion you do, the more people will get into it, and you'll have a lot more people interested in kind of actively being active. There was a term I was going to use instead of actively being active, but I forgot what the term was. Active, oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Being active, that's how we'll wrap it up. I'll think of the word as we check out 2 more songs. But good on you, Darcy Ann. I like your project. Hopefully a lot of people do and will notice your posters, and then you'll get it done. Alright, so we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Harshika of Sri Lanka requesting Tawla Burn by B.I.G. and Musi of Bangladesh wanting to hear Kudege by Lovelies. We just heard the songs Tawla by B.I.G. followed by Kudege by Lovelies, and it's time for our next message, which comes from a person in Washington, which is where Seattle is, which is kind of where I was raised, which is kind of cool. We've got Desiree from the USA saying, I don't know what the weather is like in Seoul as it's going on, but here in Western Washington, it's been raining non-stop, like really heavy rain with sleet and also some flooding. I couldn't even go to the gym once because some of the streets were flooded. Oh my gosh. That's very, very shocking. Because, Seattle, of course, it does rain a lot. So, it's not super unexpected, but normally Seattle rain isn't super, super heavy. And, if it's flooding, there's a certain kind of, you got to be really, really careful when it comes to these kinds of things. So, Desiree, hopefully the flooding is being kept to a minimum. Everything, I will read about this later and check it out. But definitely be very, very careful, especially when it rains. I remember way back in high school, people were like, when it's raining, we don't wear umbrellas because we're Seattle people. But when it's raining that hard, you definitely need to use an umbrella and dress properly for the weather. So good luck with the weather. If it gets really, really bad, though, be really, really careful because, flooding is not a minor thing. It could be a major thing. So be careful about that and continue to keep me updated. I will check on it myself, though, as well. So we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Wolverine of the Netherlands, awesome name, requested Fly to Love by Luna Fly, and Ryoko of Japan wants to hear TTL Time to Love by Tiara and Choshin-song. And right after a short break, we'll continue on with Scribble Scribble into the second hour, introducing your messages and thoughts. We'll come back after checking out the song Just a Kiss by Lady Antebellum. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Sunday, December 13th, was Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. Now here's how you can listen and participate on the program. If you haven't been doing so already, you can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now, 2 tracks before we move on back to more programs, starting with Just a Dream by Nelly, followed with Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce. We just heard the songs Just a Dream by Nelly, followed by Best Thing I Never Had by Beyonce. And it's time to continue on with Scribble Scribble with the rest of our second hour. Just as you jot down your ideas, thoughts, and what's been on your mind without thinking much on a notepad, send them into us here so we can all share. It's your messages filling up the corner, so feel free to just jot down what's on your mind. Our first message for our second hour comes from Wilma Stevens from Australia, saying, "Good day, Benji, Muji, and the Music Access family. I'm just curious, Benji and Muji, does Korea have any traditional festive Christmas songs or carols? And does Korea celebrate with lots of Christmas trees and festive songs and food? If you have the chance, can you play us a festive Korean song? Everyone stay safe and well into the coming festive season and have lots of fun. Take care and stay safe." I would say, I don't know, because I've never really had a great opportunity to, enjoy this kind of Christmas kind of mood. But I will say that when it comes to this kind of Christmas season, they do play a lot of the normal American Christmas carols. And they decorate it, I think, in the American sense, because after all, this kind of conglomerate kind of Christmas-style holiday is kind of very I don't know if this is the correct way to phrase it, but it's sort of an American holiday in the sense that it's designed with, a lot of presents and all that stuff. And, of course, they set up Christmas lights and they do all this stuff. But it's not so much, gingerbread men and, all that stuff. It's more like, I think, Santa and the just kind of Christmas kind of festive mood that people really get in. That's really, really important. And of course, we've mentioned this before, but Christmas is very, very much all about the couples. It's all, they're all dancing and dating, and people like me are just, walking in the street just like, sounds like you guys are having fun. And I try to ignore them because that's how I do it. Because, now's not the time to be dating. Now's the time to be doing music. I think. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Anywho, but that's about it. And if we do get a chance, maybe we'll try to play a festive Korean song. But those will probably be, like I said, Christmas-style songs about dating and being in love. There's a lot of them like that. But we'll try to find one. Alright, so we'll continue on with 2 more songs, starting with the song that Aaron of the USA requested, Thunder by EXO. And we'll follow it with the song that Katie of the USA wants to hear, 다칠 준비가 돼 있어 by VIXX. We just heard the songs Bounce by JJ Project, followed by 예뻐졌다 by Park Boram featuring Zico. When JJ Project came out, I just remember thinking oh, they cool, but is this the new JYP thing? Are they the new, dudes coming out from JYP? And then, of course, GOT7 came out and they had all of them in there, and then there was the whole thing, because, when YG did their whole program with, Winner and iKON, GOT7 members came out, and also Day6 members came out as well. So, yeah, lots of cool music, cool groups, and all that stuff, backstories, connect the dots. Anywho, time to continue on with our next message, which comes from none other than Yunita Suino from Indonesia, saying, Yo, Benji. So a few weeks ago, the topic for Men in Music was Little Rascal. And that role fits you, Benji. I laughed a lot. Akdong Benji, Little Rascal Benji, Devil Benji. And I have a nickname for you in the Indonesian language. I think the meaning is similar. Si Tengil, Shi Tengil, Benji. I hope I wrote the Hangul as the correct pronunciation. I know what it means, but it's hard to explain it, and I couldn't find the English translation for this word. So if you don't tell me what the translation for what this word is, but you tell me what the word is, I will not understand that. You have to tell me what the word means, because, you could write the correct pronunciation and all that stuff, but if I don't know what it means, then, it's a little bit difficult. But, besides that, I think one of the names that I'm trying to make for myself, or one of the things that I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to become more of an even person. So obviously, people have ups and downs and all that stuff. But for me right now, one of the things that I'm focusing on for real is just kind of, how do I put this? Just like chilling, enjoying life, and at the same time focused on my work. When it goes to winter, I become very, very like a bear. I want to hibernate, but I can't hibernate, obviously. And when it comes to that hibernation period, it's very, very seductive. I don't know, is that the right word? But taking a nap is always, if you close your eyes for more than 5 seconds, you feel this kind of like, oh, I could sleep right now. But I slept last night, so I don't know why I'm so sleepy. There's these moments where I do have that. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I should ask Sam, because Sam probably knows what that's like. No, but he probably doesn't know, because he's always busy working. But anyway, I'll think about it. If you guys actually have any nicknames that you want to call me, by the way, feel free to let me know on our message board. Growing up, I never had a real nickname. It was just, Benji. And which to a certain extent is a nickname, because my real name is Benjamin. Shocker, no one knew that, but now you know. So if you have any nicknames to recommend for me, go ahead and let me know on our message board, and we'll see if we can get a chain going. Maybe. I don't know. Not chain letters, though. I don't like chain letters. Okay, so we're going to continue on with 2 more songs as we continue on with our program, starting with the song that Rebecca of Brazil requested, 확신을 줘 by Phantom, and we'll follow it with Catalina by Orange Caramel. We just heard the songs 확신을 줘 by Phantom, followed by Catalina by Orange Caramel. Side note, I don't know if you guys know, although you probably don't know because there's no way that you would know, but 확신을 줘, there's an instrumental also included in this single album on the digital music sites, and it's my morning alarm. It's one of the 4 that I set, because I do set about 4 or 5 alarms, and I'm sorry, Minpyo, because I usually wake him up with my alarms, but yeah, it's a good song. The da-da-da-da-da is really, really nice to wake up to. Alright, so we have some more messages coming in. We got Leon Tiao from Singapore saying, Sam has been telling us that he's busy producing albums for his artists. Finally, Owl's debut song is out. It consists of 2 songs, Dream on You and Good Morning. Hope Music Access can play the songs to support Chi-Town Music and Sam. And of course, as a Music Access family member, even though we haven't met yet. Although, have I ever met? No. Even though we haven't officially met yet, we'll definitely, hopefully support his music, support all that stuff. Because, Sam, we always support all this stuff. Because he's a homie, you know what I'm saying? We always support the homies. Real bruh. That was weird. Real brothers, that's what that means. And we also got myself from the Philippines saying, hello, baby Benji. So last night I watched B.I.G. Televi Season 1 on the video website. I watched it, though I didn't understand anything of the conversations. Can you please tell your management to provide English subs, pretty please? Thank you. So actually, sometimes I don't even understand it. Okay, no, I do understand it. But, I think English subs is something that we should get on. But the thing is, there's not really someone who can do English subs right now. And I'm not really good at video editing. So, yeah. I'll ask them, though. I'll be like, because we do have someone in our company who does speak English. I'll be like, yo, so international fans wondering, can we get those subs on? What do you think? And then we'll see what she says. Anyways, let's continue on with 2 more songs as we roll along. Whistle by Flo Rida, followed with Price Tag by Jessie J featuring B.O.B. We just heard the songs Whistle by Flo Rida, followed by Price Tag by Jessie J featuring B.O.B. And thank you everyone for participating in our Sunday Corner Scribble Scribble. Remember, if you didn't get the chance but you want to, send us a message, remembering to leave it under the title of Scribble, and I'll try to read them as much as I can for our Sunday show next week. And it is time to say goodbye for today. Hopefully you all continue to have a great weekend. And remember, tell me on our message board about how your weekend went for tomorrow's Monday show. The last song we're going to check out for today is Hello by Adele. This was Benji of B.I.G. And as always, I'll be back.